Hello, everybody. Super good morning to everyone. Welcome to the Kevin Chan Sharing Show. This is Kevin Chan here, right? So today is 7:30 in the morning, right? Decided not to send my kids to the school. No lah, somebody else is helping me to send the kids to the school. So able to do a 7:30 session, right? So yeah, today I'm going to do a bit of a sharing on the recent excursion that I went into China, right? So for about 12 day looking at different mountains, right? So today we're gonna talk a little bit about, as in the mountain dragon, right? So we're gonna talk about that, and also inform you guys a little bit about my own excursion as well as Penang, Thailand excursion, and we're gonna talk a little bit about, also the mountain part of it, right? So I can see that Rachel has just came in. Morning. Hello Chris, Patricia, Junior, how are you doing? Hello PJ Ko, how are you doing? Hello Eureka, how are you guys all doing? Hopefully it's fun day for you, right? So it's the 25th of April right now, right? So it's almost at the end of the month already, right? So yeah, for those of you who are in Malaysia who has not submitted your income tax yet, now is a good time to submit your income tax. You wait until May only submit income tax, then you're gonna get into a bit of a trouble, right? So hello Pepper, hello Sylvia, how are you guys all doing, right? So now today we're gonna talk a little bit about dragons, the mountain dragons. The other day we had an episode that talked about water dragon, right? So talk about water dragon. So right now we talk a little bit about mountain dragon and the significance in terms of Feng Shui. How does this mountain dragon basically play a bit of a role, and to set up some expectation for everybody, for those of you who are going on excursion together with me, what are the things that you expect to learn inside the entire trips, right? So it's part of it is going to be about today, right? So come, let's go and take a look about that, right? As usual, let me just shrink myself down to the tiny version first so that I don't block the screen, right? So normal information, getting in touch with me, for those of you who want to sign up, especially those of you who have inquiry, want to ask a little bit about a question, please go to Telegram to ask, right? So Telegram, you click on my picture, you can actually send me PM, right? So you can go and ask any question, right? So Substack, I will also do a write-up on the 10-day trips that I have in China, right? So for those of you who want to read about it, go and subscribe yourself to Substack, and of course the community channel right now that we are running, the FB, right? So the live session about it, right? So of course any question that you want to ask about mountain dragon, feel free to do so. Don't be shy, right? So now mountain, right? So mountain, there's actually two separate group of mountains. So it just say the two category of mountain. One is called a cave mountain, another one is called a high ground mountain. So you see that temples, right? So specifically a lot of people ask why always go to Chinese temple. So it's because I understand Chinese temple architecture and building, how they are built, what's the logic behind the Chinese temple building. That's all only, nothing too special about it. It's just that it's like the logical architectural purpose of churches. I don't know. I don't know how they select church ground, right? So mosque also, I do not know how they select mosque ground, right? So but temple, generally there are some what we call rules in building, right? So, and one of the rules of building temple is actually meridian spot, or what we call your meridian line, or the dragon, right? So the dragon. So that's why a lot of time when we want to study all this energetic line, what we call the vein, the dragon vein, the energy vein, or this alignment, we would go and find a temple, especially old temple, right? Not the new commercial temple, right? So the commercial temple site also, during the excursion, if you're together with me, I will start to explain to you the different category of temple that exists today. China got a specific different category of temple, so it's fun learning all of these kind of things, so that you all know how to do. So has very little to do with religious purpose and all those kind of things, right? But it's somehow interrelated, interconnected, right? So now one type of it is basically called cave temple. So now cave temple, I don't know whether you want to call common or you want to call whatever. I don't know whether you've been through before. So I'm from a small town called Ipoh. Ipoh is famous for cave temple. Ipoh, almost every single temple is in a cave. Every single cave got a temple. right? So they have specific different function. So cave temple usually is for internal cultivation purpose. They are usually much more closer to the meridian spot if you compare to a highland temple, right? Highland temple do not directly tap into the meridian spot, but cave temple very easy for you to tap into the meridian spot. And in the olden day, cave temple are used for cultivation, right? So used for cultivation, especially if you are in the line of a medicinal art, right? So again, a medicinal art, you need to even filter it into smaller, as into elixir and also pill making. Lin Tan, right? Nian Tan, right? So those that, I don't know if you have watched some Chinese movie, the one with the cauldron with the fire, and then the fellow will make the pill of what we call the most famous one, at least in the history, is the Qin Si Wang trying to find the immortality elixir or immortality pill, right? So there's a lot of stories about which cave, how is it, what's the formula, right? So a lot of this is basically available. So those are cave temple, right? Those are cave temple. So if you are going to a journey to self discovery or self understanding, you want to build up your own self-confidence, usually cave temple is the energy inside cave temple is much more better, right? So those are what we call the term called yin energy does not mean that the energy is evil or bad. It's just that the energy is considered the soft type, the softer type of energy. It is not that hard, right? So as opposed to highland temple, right? Highland temple is Highland temple is the one that normally you see one up in the mountain. So cave temple usually not easily seen, right? It's not easily seen, and normally cave temple is a lot of time is secluded, right? It is not as popular, right? So because again the energy is of yin energy, is of seclusion energy. Normally you don't see a lot of people visiting cave temple, right? But Highland temple a lot, right? So, and one of the very, very significant things that you may know if you are studying history or you read history is that Highland temple is very popular for emperor to visit. And for you to know, when emperor visit Highland temple, usually is for big cases. Their ritual usually is more elaborated, right? So now as opposed to cave temple. Now cave temple usually, if emperor visit it, is really for self-discovery purpose, increase courage, and normally it is for non-fighting purpose, not to attack people. But when emperor go for Highland temple to make wishes, is usually to attack someone. Yep. Every single one of them, if they have a possession, go there, is usually asking permission from heaven, to do something that is usually very revolutionary, very big, aka mean they're gonna smack somebody, right? Every single one of them, no fail. Go out there, and it is also the only place, Highland temple is the only place whereby you will see the emperor kneel down. Now emperor never kneel down to anything. So at least in the old Chinese thing, right? But when during the ritual or the pilgrimage, right? So the pilgrimage to the Highland temple is where the emperor itself, they would kneel down to the great power of the heaven, right? So especially the 5 specific what we call a great mountain of China, right? So proud to say I've been to 2 of them. Right, just recently only together with Master Louis, we all went to Maoshan, right? So Maoshan is one of the big branded temples. So Maoshan is pretty right now is very, very commercialized and very touristy, right? So that's one of it. And then the other one that which I was planning, and it got delayed one, was Taishan, right? So no worry, we'll do Taishan one, right? So Taishan has a very, very great history of having many, you want to call great leader also can, so one of them is basically the period 9, right? So Mo Zedong. Mo Zedong is the only one of the lady emperor that was ever things, right? So before Mo Zedong took the initiative to take over mean kill off a lot of those people who offered to go against her. She actually went over to the Taishan to have the ritual to get the approval from heaven for executing this, right? So that's why if you go for mountain what we call a temple, it is good for you to have a mindset that, you know, you're gonna do something big, right? So it's gonna be off. Now today, when we say attacking purpose, doesn't really mean that you're gonna attack anybody. It is that, you know, you're gonna do something that, you know, is gonna expand your reach, right? So which is where I'm actually bringing you all, right? So the trip to Penang and also to Thailand is all mountain temple, right? So mountain temple, because why? I want you to look at landform. Okay, I want you to look at landform. Cave mountain, very difficult to see landform, right? Cave mountain usually is not very high, and it is because it is inside the mountain, nothing to see, right? Other than, you know, looking at cave, right? So there's nothing to see. So highland mountain, usually it is in high places, and because of the high vantage point, we can start to look at landform. How does the landform support the particular temple? So once you know that, right, anytime you go anywhere, your vision in terms of landform identification become better. So it's easier for you to see alignment, right? So, you know, I'll give you a few examples later looking at it from the Google Map. From the Google Map, it's easier for you to see. But problem with looking at Google Map, your mind don't have an actual image of what is basically happening, right? So, but, you know, it give you a bit, right? So, no, now again, right? So, I don't know whether, you know, you've seen, right? So this is like a typical emperor procession, right? So emperor procession, when they go to this sort of mountain to do their ritual, is actually very elaborated one. It's like they carry the entire town and go that particular place, right? So you can see that, you know, every single emperor also does this thing, which means that they have some, you want to call mystical power also can, right? So all this specific energy, right? So it's there, right? So like for example, cave mountain emperor like to do what? So they will commission craftsmen, right? So now these craftsmen are all very, very good craftsmen, right? Commission craftsmen, they will start to craft totem figurine, whatever you want to call it. Now usually is in going to be the shape of dragon, because the dragon represent the emperor. Then they will basically go into cave temple and place this totem in the cave temple. What about Wudang San? Got mystical power? Don't know, I haven't been there before. Right. Haven't been there before. The knowledge that I have for Wudang San is basically from the what we call Wuxia show. Wudang San is famous for sword, right? So that one I go, right? When they get approval, means they will throw the little two wooden thingy. No. Just the two wooden thingy got nothing to do with that particular approval, right? So that two thing is called a senbei, you know. Usual thingy is actually just a conversation between them and the whatever it is. Not to me, it's just to me first, right? A lot of time, all this possession is actually a show. The fella has already decided to do whatever the fella decided, right? So, but to calm the, what we call general population, they have to put out with this sort of, you know, advertising show to go out and say that, you know, oh, I have obtained the heaven decree, you know, to basically do this. So I'm supported by heaven. Whatever the thing is, right? So now energetically, if you try to learn how to identify energy, which is also things that, you know, I will teach you during the excursion when we go over to Penang and also Thailand. I'll teach you how to identify chi. It's going to be very interesting, right? So, you know, then once you know how to identify chi wherever you go, so you can do the same practice to identify chi. So when you go to enough places, you will start to know that there are places whereby the chi is more refined, more concentrated. Right, there are places whereby the cheese are more sparse, more, you know, difficult to collect. Right, so that's basically the thing. Right, so when they get approval, mean that they will throw the two little wooden thing. The sing pui is called. Right, so yeah. Right, so, you know, that's basically what they do. Right, so now we're gonna talk a little bit about this. Right, so I'm gonna show you some landform. Right, so like this is a map, and this is a map of Kuala Lumpur, by the way. Right, it's called Kuala Lumpur map. So if you take a look at this, right, a lot of people, you know, don't know what to look at. If you study Feng Shui, you don't know what to look at. That's why, you know, it's like if you don't have any Feng Shui principle, you look at the map, or the map look like the map. That's it. Nothing else for you to do so. Now, so one of the very basic Feng Shui principle when we talk about looking at Feng Shui is, you know, the four celestial animal, which is the green dragon, the white tiger, the black tortoise, and also the red phoenix. Right, so when you hear that, you know, for those who are not initiated in the world of Feng Shui, you really think that there are such thing as mystical animal like a dragon, you know, like a dragon tiger thingy. Nothing to do with that, right? A lot of time I explain to people is that it is just a naming convention. right? Whatever it is you want to do description or anything, you need to give it a name, you know, or else it's going to be very, very difficult for you to talk to people, right? So it's like, you know, it's like specific jargon language, you know, it's just jargon. Yeah, really, you know, all this green dragon, white tiger is just jargon. Like, for example, black tortoise is any mountain that's behind you is called black tortoise. Any mountain that is on your right hand side is called the white tiger. Any mountains on the left hand side of you is called green dragon. So which means that the mountain is right smack in front of you is called the red phoenix. That's all, right? All these correspond to the 28 constellation, the celestial constellation, which they group the celestial constellation into 4 separate grouping. Each of them got 7, I think, right? So, you know, which make 28. Right, so all of this, right? So now if you take a look at this, right, so now a lot of time when they say that they try to find a good place, right, so in Chinese it's called fu di, fortunate land. Fortunate land, right? So the task of the feng shui master is that to identify the landform that has these 4 features, which means that left hand side, right hand side covered, back covered, front also got a mountain to cover. Actually, this particular place can collect qi, converge and collect qi. Now, mountain releases qi from time to time. Later also I will show you some of the what we call dragon vein, right? So dragon vein. Now in the map sometimes I can show you very easily, but in real life you need to be in a specific vantage point for me to show you. So that's why it's a bit difficult sometimes to find places whereby you can really stand there and see things very clearly and tells you that this is a green dragon, and 10 fellas stand there also, the 10 fella can see it. It's very important to find this place, right? So excursion include Ipoh, KL would be good. Ipoh one I've already done 1 round already, you know? So maybe other day also, you know, we're gonna be doing, right? So cannot be going to too many places because day is very short, unless you tell me that, you know, you're free to come over for like 1 month. And costing also gonna be very high, yeah, right? So no, it's not cheap, right? So it's not cheap, you know, bringing too many people to too many places. So that's why, you know, there's a lot of limitation that is set around, right? So that's why you guys need to understand a bit, right? So like take a look, KL, right? So KL, does they have the celestial animal, right? So now I can see, right? So now you can see, right? So now where the celestial animal depend on where you are facing, right? So you know, entire town, if let's say they are facing that, right? So there's white tiger on the top. There is basically called white tiger, right? So the black tortoise is basically the Titi Wangsa, what we call range, right? So in the coming Penang, Thailand excursion, we will go to a place whereby we can see the Titi Wangsa range in a very clear manner, also subject to weather. Right, so I've told them it's going to be 5:30 in the morning. We're going to go there and we're going to wait for the sunrise. It's going to be very nice, right? So you're going to be wait for sunrise. When sunrise, you will see a sea of clouds. Then you will see all the mountain with all the very obvious dragon vein, and you can see the dragon. You can see the dragon going down, right? So it's basically a vantage point that you can see, right? So can you see that this is actually formation? So KL is actually having this sort of formation itself, and this is just, you know, one of it. And you can see that the green dragon is actually bigger than the white tiger. So in feng shui term, they want green dragon bigger, longer, stronger, taller, right? So when we go there, you know, I will have 2 vantage point for you to take a look. So specifically find the places whereby you can get 2 very good vantage point. Then you start to see that from this direction I can see a very, very strong green dragon, but when I transfer you to another direction, you will see that the green dragon completely disappear. Same mountain, exact same mountain. So this will basically give you the entire idea of, you know, standing different places, the energetic configuration is different. Right, so you know, so that's why in feng shui study there are no exact answer. A lot of people ask, you know, what is this mountain? Depend when you are staying, right? Depend where you are actually standing at that point in time. Same mountain at different angle, different vantage point, different direction, is of complete different meaning. So that's why there's no point asking, you know, this particular mountain, what is this? I don't know where you are standing. I don't know what you want to do. Cannot give you an answer. Yeah, different place you are standing, the mountain basically look completely different, right? So like all this sort of experience, you can only understand it when you are on an excursion. You see it using your own eye, then you start to understand. Or else explain to you 10,000 years or so, you cannot understand. Your brain cannot stomach this sort of information. So it's important for you, if you are practicing or even if you are just an enthusiast, sometimes to join some of these excursion, which is specifically Feng Shui excursion. I know, please don't go and join those tourist excursion. Right, tourist excursion you can, you know, pay on your own, is usually pretty cheap. Right, Feng Shui excursion is very expensive because the recce process of us going and find these sort of places, and you know, the places is suitable, safe, right? So it's suitable, safe. You know, some places you might be able to see good landform, but general people without enough fitness won't be able to visit those places, right? No kidding, right? So no those of it, right? So like for example, you know, this is the very famous galaxy. So it's Penang Air Hitam, right? So if you take a look at it, you know, here got green dragon, white tiger, man, got, right, got, right? So the green dragon is basically the Penang main mountain, right? So the Penang main mountain, and you can see also this green dragon is also very, very strong, right? So that's why galaxy is like, you know, pretty rich, right? So also got black tortoise. So if you take a look at this, you know, these particular places, you will see that, you know, there is no red phoenix, at least obvious red phoenix. But you know, when it's there, so we will be visiting galaxy because you're in Penang. That is going to be one of the places we go. So I will tell you a little bit which is the original meridian for galaxy, right? So galaxy has been developed pretty big, right? So galaxy right now, I would classify it as a 80% commercial temple. Unfortunately, but never mind, you know, it does has its meridian. So I will tell you which is a meridian, not the big what we call Guan Yin statue, right? So not the big Guan Yin statue. A lot of people think that, you know, the big Guan Yin statue is a meridian. No, when we go out there, you know, I'll start to explain to you where is the meridian and, you know, which are the things. And also from galaxy, you'll be able to see the first place that we visit, right? So, you know, there will be a significant place that we are visiting itself. You will be able to see that particular place and start to understand, oh, from that place the vantage point is like this, from the other place vantage point is different, right? So the tortoise got dam there, will it reduce the impact? No lah. The dam, as compared to the mountain, the dam is actually tiny, as in called is a drop of water only. Right, so a lot of time when you're assessing a landform, you need to know the size of the landform, right? So like again, when we are there that time, you would start to understand what you call relative size, because I will start to show you some building, right? So some building which is huge one, from that particular point, you will take a look at that. That building is tiny. Yep, it's huge building, so you know that the building is huge, but from that particular point, if you look at it, because of the contrast of the things that you'll be able to see, because you are at a vantage point that you'll be able to see, you will see that the building as compared to the mountain is just a tiny speck of dust, right? So then you start to understand, you know, this relatively big, small, all this kind of stuff, right? So it's also sometimes when we explain to you on paper, right, you cannot understand, right? You need to stand there, use your own eye to take a look. Right, so then only you need to be able to understand vantage point, angle of it, right? So then only you'll be able to actually take a look at it. You know, I want this to be in this particular place of that particular angle. So it's actually not really that easy, right? So now this one, I just want to show you that, you know, this green dragon, black tortoise, white tiger, red phoenix configuration is actually real in the real world. It's just that, you know, it's not something that you often are programmed to see. So for us who practice Feng Shui, you know, we are quite programmed to basically see this sort of thing. So wherever we go, as long as the vantage point is high enough, we will start to see that, you know, whether there's any green dragon embrace or not, you know, where's there's, you know, how's the white tiger, whether the white tiger is further away, closer, or whether the green dragon is bigger, white tiger is smaller, all these kind of things we start to see. But if you cannot even recognize what is green dragon, you know, as in, you know, people think that, you know, the green dragon is a certain shape of mountain. No, got nothing to do with that. Right, anything that's on the left hand side is called green dragon. Right, I'm not knowledgeable about all the Feng Shui thingy. Will I be left out? No, I won't be left out, you know. Right, come over. We actually if you follow my trip, is more of an educational trip. right? More of education. I seldom do all the spiritual thingy, right? So seldom do all the spiritual thingy, right? It's more of an education for people to actually I want this particular Chinese art to be less mystified, right? So we have done too many work to make it into a mystery already, right? No thanks to all the old folks, right? So yeah. So I'm trying to demystify stuff. I will specifically tell you which are the part of it that is more on the mystical side, which are the part of it that is more on the logical side of it, right? So now whether you want to explore more the mystical side, want to explore more the logical side, that one is up to you. My job is just to highlight to you these are the things, right? So this group of people is analyzing it this way, that group of people is analyzing it that way. It's no right, no wrong. It's no right, no wrong at all. Right, so it's just a information for you to utilize. It's a learning process for you, right? After that, how you want to use the information is specifically up to you. And frankly speaking, I know that 90% of you will not basically use this thing, right? Just come as a learning experience, right? So for those of you who have heard Feng Shui, or for those of you who have has too many mystical thingy about that, right? So because once you start to understand the energy alignment, you start to understand the logic behind why they build receptacles, right? Buildings, statue are all called receptacle to me. They are just basically storage container. Okay, right? So yeah, right? So their storage container, they has one of these quality which is called qi, right? So you require qi to do a lot of things, right? So for this require qi to do a lot of things. Yes, I will explain to you how to detect qi, how to basically understand qi. All these things we will do that, right? But people in the class climb mountains since no Google map, right? Or by standing at the vantage point is able to see. So that's why in the olden day, the job of a Feng Shui master is actually very precarious. You die. In the olden day, you die. One misstep, die. It is not an easy job. Okay, it's not an easy job. All right. So of course, today is much more easier, right? So, but you see, now all these things that is basically has already happened in the olden day, right? It's still going on like today. But of course, right now it's very easy, like we fly a drone. No one is crazy enough to scale up the mountain and we just fly a drone. Just go to a place whereby relatively safe. You fly a drone. The question is, your drone powerful enough or not? Right, you got more money, go and fly lah. Like for example, when we go to China, the drone that we use is 20,000 ringgit Malaysia only. It's an expensive drone to me lah. Right, so one wrong step, the drone fly into the ravine, gone. Yeah, we are at places, whereby, the wind is strong, it's gorge ravine, right? Yes, excursion, sure got, right? So now, a lot of people, Andrew, they like to call manifestation. To me, it's just goal setting, right? It's just to facilitate the entire goal setting process. Right, so there is a 6-step process that we are basically going through in terms of goal setting. So the first one last time I've already shared to you is to release. You need to let go of the thing in your hand first. Very logical. Before you try to grab any new thing, whatever that's in your hand need to be let go first. A lot of people, unfortunately, don't know why, refuse to let go. It's like, you want to take the boat out to the sea for great adventure. You don't untie the rope that is tying you onto the pier, right? How your boat is going to go out to the sea, right? You want to go out to the sea to acquire new resources, right? So like, for example, the first stage is to learn how to let go. So that's why I will bring you to a water dragon, right? Water dragon is very good. The energy is very good for letting go. So we'll do that, I'll give you the manifestation guide. Yeah, I'll write manifestation guide for you, so you can do your manifestation. And depending what you want to let go, then the second phase, when we go for this particular mountain, then we will start to set goal. You need to basically tell yourself what you want to gain, It's basically goal setting. What are the things that you are looking forward to gain? By wish making, what are the things that you want to do? Right, so all those kind of things. Right. So and third day, fourth day, we're gonna talk about resource gathering. We're gonna talk about building a team together. Right. So all those kind of stuff will basically be covered, and we will be using different energetic that is around the mountain. Right. So those meridian energy to help fuel your entire process. Right, you need those energy to help fuel it, right? So until one day that you are very familiar with it, then you can go and do on your own. right? I hope that one day will happen, right? So let's take a look, right? So now this is one of the places that we go, right? So in China, one of the places that we basically went in China. So if we take a look at it, also the same, right? So like this one got a big ass red phoenix in front. Right? Big ass red phoenix means great vision, right? Red phoenix govern a person's vision, right? So the bigger your red phoenix is, the bigger the vision these particular people have, right? So the black tortoise govern a person's resources behind. The white tiger govern your willingness to attack. The green dragon govern your protection. So green dragon is more important because in the olden day, it's not how much you can grab, it's how much you can keep. The green dragon govern keeping. Right, so can you see that all of them have logic? Why they want green dragon to be bigger is that, you know, the entire understanding is how much can I keep? How much can I keep, right? So black tortoise is, you know, how much can I pass down whatever that I have to the next generation to help them out, right? So, you know, the red phoenix is how much room do I have in terms of, you know, future expansion. So all of this, right, can print notes for us. I will send you PDF copy. So I won't be printing anything for you guys. Still got printer one way this world. I will send you PDF copy, right? So send you PDF copy, you want to print up to you, okay, right? But I will send you PDF copy, okay? I'm a very lazy person, right? So I'll give you all PDF copy, right? So you can do whatever you want. So like this one is just that I'm just telling you that you know, all this, the four celestial formation is actually all over the places, right? So in the olden days, that, you know, the master need to go and find these sort of places, take a look at it, and start to find out that, oh, you know, this is the, you know, four celestial formation. Then, you know, we shall build a city here. Then, you know, they would need to go back, tell the emperor that, you know, we have found a place whereby, you know, the four celestial animal reside. Then, you know, the what we call the emperor will basically give you an entourage of people. Yeah, they'll give you population. The emperor will tell you, okay, now you take this particular population and you go. So if you know the story of the Qin Shi Wang and the elixir of immortality, you will see that, you know, the what we call the master that basically promises the immortality elixir was given 500 virgin men, virgin boy, and 500 virgin girl as entourage to go to the place whereby he's supposed to get the elixir, which is aka and today it was suspected to be Taiwan, right? So that's where Taiwan population come from. You know, again, these are just story, you know, don't take it too seriously. Listen already, you know, happy, that's it, right? So, and by the way, you know, one of the mountain that we went in China, that, you know, was very popular, even the Art of War author, right, so was using that particular mountain as a place for him to craft the art of war, right? So it's all of them are pointing towards Taiwan. All of them were pointing towards Taiwan. The direction is basically going towards Taiwan, and on a clear good day, at the vantage point, you can actually see Taiwan. How great is that, right? So, you know, all these nice little coincidental, right? So this one is to show you. So on the excursion, when you come together with me, you know, you start to see this real life, you know. Then you have an imprint. Then wherever you go, you will start to see that, you know, oh, okay, right, so this place got it, right? So a few places in KL also have it. A few temples in KL have this sort of configuration, right? So, you know, we go there and learn all of this, right? So it's just a learning experience, right? So then, you know, we will go through a process of manifestation, as you want to call it, right? So we can basically do that as well, right? So like this one is to show you dragons, right? So a lot of people say that, you know, what is dragons, right? So what is dragon, right? So nothing much more. Dragon is basically a mountain range. Like this is a very huge mountain range, huge, right? So China mountain range are all like freaking huge, right? So this is just on an island only, by the way. Right, this is a mountain. This is something like Penang, right? So, you know, what is a dragon? You know, what is a dragon? What is a dragon vein? Right? So can you guess this? Right? So these are basically the dragon. So this is called the back of the dragon, right? Back of the dragon, right? So each of this is basically one dragon, right? So then all of it has smaller cliff, you want to call smaller cliff running through. Those are called dragon vein. And so now dragon vein is where they usually put tomb. right? Dragon vein is there where you usually put tombs, right? So, to select a place for burial, last time, they will find this dragon, right? So dragon is the main energy source. Then they will find dragon vein. So dragon vein is basically the word. Everywhere also got dragon. So again, right? Vietnam got god, right? So dragon is just a name that is given for mountains. So for water, then it's basically rivers, right? So basically it's rivers, it's just that, right? So that's where, here, last time when people find certain spot where the energetic energy is higher, so what they do is that they start to put receptacle in the particular place, aka build temple, right? AKA start to build temple, right? So they will start to see that, when they find it already, then, they will start to inform the emperor. Emperor said that, oh, I found this particular place where the energy is very strong, very potent, which means that the meridian is basically very good. Then, then the emperor will have an entourage to basically come here. And before the emperor come, right, the locals, or they would have people who have already start building steps. Right? Please, the emperor won't go and, climb mountain. They will start to construct steps for the emperor to visit. So emperor will go and visit, then emperor will do the ritual, ask the heaven god for stuff right now, right? So when whatever that the emperor asks for, and then emperor go back and execute, which is very important. Emperor go back execute. Most of us commoner, go and ask for wishes after putting the joystick already. You go home, you sleep, right? So achievement included in what Kevin just said. Yeah, it's basically included inside. We're going to do the achievement manifestation. I'll give you the manifestation guide. I'll explain to you, why this chart is being used and how it's being used. And, you can customize it on your own. At least next time. And next time you can customize on your own, or at that particular spot, I will teach you how to customize for yourself. Because when I give you the manifestation, it's called general manifestation. I don't know what the hell you want. Okay? If I know what you want, then the manifestation, going to change a little bit. More specific to you. So I can't customize for everybody, right? So that's not very possible, right? So there's already 20 plus of you which is coming, so I still got a few more seats, right? Because the bus is 30 seater, max is 30 seater, right? Yeah, right. So I need to deduct some for the tour guide, right? So yeah, this is a proper tour. I need to bring a tour guide, license in Malaysia and also license in Thailand. Okay, yeah, there's going to be 2 tour guide, 1 Malaysia tour guide, 1 Thailand tour guide. The 2 fella is going to take up space. Right? Yes, right. So it's going to be proper, right? So no, it's not like you want to bring in any country. It is not like you want to bring for excursion. You can simply bring for excursion one. I just inform you, a lot of excursion out there is illegal one. Right. Yeah, right. So there's a minimum requirement when you bring people over there. There are laws that you need to follow. Every country is different, right? Especially if you go for excursion in China, don't play. I tell you, okay. Right, a lot of law you need to follow, for doing all those excursion in China. It's not like I can bring a bunch of friends there, and then can do it on my own. No, every single country also have this particular things is that, if you are doing one of this particular tour, you need to have a license guide. Without license guide, is basically illegal, right? So, don't try to, go here, there, everywhere, So if got authority come and check, you're dead, right? So yeah, right. Tourism industry is very, very protected for almost every single country. Every single country is very, very protected. Right, so it's a very specific thing. So these are called dragons, right? So just to show you, so high enough vantage point, you'll be able to see it, right? So go there, it basically tells you, and you can see it, you understand. Or else here, I just tell you, you really blur case, you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Right? Sometimes it's not very obvious, right? So sometimes not obvious. So that's why it's selecting places whereby you can see it very clearly is very important. Right, so then of course, shape of mountain, right? So that's another one more, what is a earth mountain, what is a metal mountain, right? So I need to go and find places whereby you can see it very clearly. Importantly is that 30 people stand there, 30 people see same thing. That is not easy. That's not easy to find places whereby you have this sort of vantage point. So I spent a lot of time doing all of this research. not easy, right? So it's not a, it's not a tourist group, right? So now this is the big one that we're gonna be talking about, right? So the Kunlun mountain, right? Malaysia mountain is basically from Kunlun. The initial source, the big source is from Kunlun. So this is an entire dragon. This is one entire dragon, right? So if you go and check, there's actually many more different dragons that's going around. Right? This is one of the entire dragon, and this is a very important dragon because this is a north-south dragon. This year, where we are in period 9, it is a north-south alignment. Right? Period 9, period 1 is period 9 is a south-north alignment. So period 9 is a north-south alignment. So can you see that this particular north-south, south-north alignment dragon is going to be very, very important for the next 40 years? Right? Other dragon go different direction, by the way. Other dragon go different direction. So this is the dragon that basically has a north-south, south-north. So for the next 40 years, this is going to be a very important dragon line. So if you know, we are sitting Malaysia, Singapore, we are benefiting from this particular dragon, which means that, for the next 40 years, it is our time. Now question, are you going to benefit from this or not? Right, so when we are doing excursion, right, so this is what we are trying to let you see, right? So this is what we are trying to educate you on, so that, you don't waste the next 40 years, or else, it's going to be another 40 years whereby, pass by, and in the end, you're going to say, yeah, I should have, I should have done this. Yeah, I should have done that, right? So go and take a look at this, right? So it's a, really nice little experience that, I can, curate for you all. So I am trying to move this into other country. So we'll be going to Vietnam, just now saying that we'll be going to Vietnam to take a look at it because I've not been there before. All right, bye Taiwan, is it? Not necessary, right? Not necessary. Taiwan, probably the development will move from the Taipei, right? Taipei on top to Tainan at the bottom. Probably the development will go down to Tainan because Taiwan itself got their own dragon lane, right? Taiwan itself got one, right? So period 1 and period 9 bye Taiwan. Not exactly I don't think Taiwan will go bye, right? So I don't think most country will go bye. It's just that the development of the southern side of it, right? So southern tips is going to be much more prosperous than the northern tip. It's just that only. Right? Not much of a difference. So you don't worry about things going haywire. Is to you, just benefit from whatever that is available, right? So now this is the excursion that we are doing, right? So frankly speaking, I got about another 5 more space which is left, right? So I only confirm you when you are when you've done your payment, when you've done your transfer. So the link is basically inside. You can scan this QR code or you can click the link which is in the description itself, right? So this is what we are trying to do. So the 5 days that we are going, right? 5 days we are going, which is going to be spent in Penang and also in Thailand, right? So those are, by the way, when you're in Thailand that time, there's a lot of shopping that you can do. Right, so and also the Thailand, the place that we basically going, there is a specific formation, right? So again, it's because the place, there's a vantage point that you can see the formation very clearly, right? So then I can explain to you why the particular place has caused so much of those kind of incident happening, because the formation actually supported this sort of stuff, right? So then next time when you see it, right? So and if you happen to want this sort of energy, then to find that this sort of places got this sort of energy, then you go and utilize it, right? So go and utilize this sort of energy. Nothing special about it. These are all accessible to everybody. One thing good about Feng Shui is that Feng Shui is 100% fairly accessible to everyone. You just have to go to the place, right? Feng Shui don't pick on people. Feng Shui don't filter or restrict people from using the energy. It's free energy available. So that's why Feng Shui is very convenient, right? So of course you just need to make yourself go there, and then also very important is the subsequent execution, right? We will also have a bit of a discussion. So the entire trip I'll be talking about 2026 energy, Because why? Bus trip very long. Right? To drive from KL to Penang is about 4 hours. About 4 hours. So got time, huh? So come back from Penang to KL, also about 4 hours. So I know I can have a bit of a time to discuss with you all the energetic of 2026, right? So, and the 6 month that is leading to 2026, right? So we can talk about that, and that hopefully assist you in terms of formularizing your manifestation. Right, help you with that so that you understand what is coming, right? So what is coming, how to leverage on the energy, how to detect the energy, how to feel the energy, how to see all of this, right? So you learn a little bit about Feng Shui, you learn a bit about landform, you start to identify different landform shapes, all those kind of things, right? So it's going to be a very educative journey, right? So I am anyhow a very educative centric person, right? So I like to teach. But never mind, right? So for those of you who want to register, please come. We get detail for online Thailand entry pass later. Yeah, right. So actually Thailand entry pass is pretty easy only. It's just a fill in the blank form that you do it. Right, nothing too difficult, right? Nothing too difficult about that, right? So all those are very things, right? So for those of you who want to come and sign up, right? So it's 5th of June until 9th of June, right? So it's a Thursday to Monday. You are supposed to reach KL on the Wednesday, right? So because we are pushing off 7 o'clock in the morning, okay, right? So we're pushing off 7 o'clock in the morning, right? So it's going to be early, right? So that we can reach the location for the first manifestation at the correct timing, right? So make sure that everybody there is at the correct timing, right? So of course, again, this particular trip got a central thing that we're gonna eat durian because it's durian season. Right? Why I do it in June? Because June is the durian season in Penang, right? So a lot of people like to try durian, so I will bring you all to try authentic fresh durian, just fallen from the tree. How fresh do you want, right? Yeah, durian just fallen from the tree. We'll pick it up and we'll open and eat fresh. It's like few hours only the durian. Right. These are for those of you who want to go for durian. Right. So it's central around eating durian. Right. Start location in KL. Brian. KL Central. Right. So KL Central. So the place where we're gonna board the bus is basically KL Central. So if you are coming, from overseas, it's very easy because KL Central is the place whereby it's directly connected to the airport. You can take the airport train, go to KL Central, and you can stay in KL Central for one night. Right, next morning then just board lah. Right. So for those of you who are who like big star hotel, many star hotel, I think there is Hilton and Le Méridien there. That's where KL Central is. Right. So you can stay there. Right. So for those of you who are from Singapore, it's cheap. Or else there's other smaller hotel around, which offer very affordable accommodation. Or for those of you who have a relative, there's few that have relative here in KL. Make it a visit to visit your relative for a few days, or then ask your relative to drop you to KL Central. Right, so then we'll be creating WhatsApp group. Yes, we'll be creating WhatsApp group once I confirm everything. Right, so I'll need to go to Penang and also make confirmation with the hotel and all the food arrangement. I'll still need to do that. Right, so that's why we are actually closing the entire thing by about May the 10th to May the 15th. Right, so we'll basically be doing the closing because I need to do all the booking and pay for everything already. Right, so for those of you who are still applying leave, and still feel say that I'm trying to apply leave, try faster. Okay, right, try faster. Can't wait until last minute, right? Really cannot wait until last minute, right? So because the counterpart that I work with, they are also on a tight schedule, right? So yeah. Okay, right. So for those of you who want to sign up, right? So please do so. Drop your sign up is there, right? Or else you can PM me in Telegram. If you got any specific question that you want to ask, some concern that you have, right? So some arrangement that you need me to help out with, all those kind of things can basically be settled. All right, so any other specific question is there, right? So hopefully we get enough people, right? So enough people to come, to make it more fun, right? So, you know, yeah, you know, a lot of time when we go a lot of places, you need the number of people there, then only is fun, right? And also, it's only worthwhile the trip, because why? Bus size cannot reduce. Right? It's not like you can reduce the bus size anytime that you want. All right, guys. Right. So, you know, looking forward to your sign up. Right. So, for those of you who need to ask any question, you know, just PM me via Telegram. Right. So, via Telegram, you can basically just PM me. Right. So, you know, or for those of you who have my WhatsApp number, right, feel free to do so. Right. So, you know, or, you know, when you drop the registration form there, you know, once I see you sign up already, you know, I will also get in touch with you. Right, so for those of you who have already signed up, I would have already sent out the what we call the welcome notes for you, and my phone number is actually there, so you can actually add me into your phone number and, you know, send me a WhatsApp. Right, so, you know, the phone number that you see is actually my phone number. Right, so I've not changed the phone number for the past 25 years. No plan to change it. Okay, right? So you can, you know, just give me a WhatsApp, you know, and just introduce yourself, whatever it is. Right, so, you know, hope you can organize one more trip. Organize one more trip to me. You know, organize trip very easy. Head count and also all the arrangement is the difficult part of it. Right, organizing trip is not very difficult, but you need to have enough head count. Right, or else is commercially not viable. Right, commercially not viable, because, you know, it just involves too many people. Right, it just involves too many people to organize a trip. Right, and it's not cheap. Right, you want to go Taiwan? Can ma? Taiwan very easy, but I know many master does Taiwan. Just follow them. Right, I will also do Taiwan, but not right now. Right, not right now. Right, so Taiwan, because, you know, the recent China trip that I went, discover something. My body doesn't adjust to weather fluctuation too well. Right, I am too used to Malaysia weather. Right, so that also means that I need to probably visit those countries a few more places, a few more time, just to get the body to get adjusted to the temperature change. Right, so like when I went to China, that time there was a cold draft, right, that basically hit the town. Right, so yeah, the temperature dropped for like 25 degrees. Drop for 25 degrees. It was like 30 degree drop until 5. Ever tried that before? I've tried it. Wasn't very pleasant. Right? Completely an unpleasant feeling. All right. So, and then, you know, the worst thing is that you want to buy winter clothing. Also, there's none. Don't have. Right. None. A single shop have it. Right. It's like that. Right. Very mystical, prefer less mystical. Yeah, I know you prefer less mystical, a bit more logical, easier to understand, you know, do come for my trip. Right, so, you know, yeah. Okay, guys, you know, thank you for hanging around, and for those of you who are going to sign up, you know, welcome. Right, so welcome for signing up, and those of you who have already received your email, or you have signed up, haven't received email yet, go and look in your spam box. Yes, you know, already got people inform me that, you know, oh shit, you went into the spam box. Well, look in the spam box. Right, so, you know, that's where you basically is. Right, so again, those of you who already have the email, right, do add my handphone number into your phone, and, you know, just send me a WhatsApp. Right, so send me a WhatsApp will be good, because some of you, the phone number that you give me, somehow I need to work on it. Right, so that particular phone number is either too short, or, you know, some of the number got truncated, or, you know, the computer eat the number. I don't know. I need to go through one by one later. All right, but anyway, right, so great for those of you who have signed up, 20 odd of you who has already signed up. So, you know, maximum is 30. Again, you know, I got about 5-6 more places that is available. Right, so, you know, be quick about it. Right, so because we're going to conclude that, I need to do a lot of arrangement, especially with the restaurant. Right, so with the restaurant, so as usual, a lot of food. Right, so I'll usually give you a bit of a food coma. Right, so, you know, you get to try different local food, you know, really very authentic local food. Right, so, you know, because I got a food channel. All right, so see you guys again. You know, when I see you guys again, basically it's tomorrow. Right, tomorrow got need to check. Right, so tomorrow I got something happening in the morning. So if I can reach back time, then, you know, we have another session to talk about some of the basic information. All right, that's it, guys. See you all. Bye.